In this video, we're continuing talking about the transition. What are we going to do with the golf club now that we've figured out what to do with our feet? All right, hey everybody, Scott Oden coming at you here. Thank you so much for joining us for this video. We are talking about your golf swing, building your golf swing. We are in the transition, which is a huge part of the golf swing. You have to understand how to transition the club properly because that's what's gonna get it lined up for impact. The downswing happens so fast. If you're not lined up, you're gonna be making some weird compensations. That's when trouble arises. So pay attention as we keep going. And as always, click that subscribe button. We're gonna be wrapping up the swing, putting a bow on it with some final touches as we go through. Don't wanna miss it. You'll be building your golf swing throughout the winter and be ready for the spring. It'll be a fun time. Now, we're gonna get into this transition. So last time we talked about the footwork of the transition. So we brought the club back. We started to see how we transition our pressure from the right to the left, how that has a huge influence on how our body is going to work. That's a huge factor in being able to deliver the golf club the way we want to. So we want to make sure we have that dialed in. Hopefully you did some good practice on that. And now you're ready to pair that with what the golf club does. Let's go over where we're at with the golf club right now. So far, we're at the setup, and we're taking the golf club back, and we've got it back set up in our takeaway. Okay, that takeaway part. So we got to get it to the transition, and we've got to get it transitioning now. Well, if we remember, when we take the club back with our pressure to get to the transition, we're going to be pushing with our trail foot, pushing down to get the club to go back and get some depth to it. If you have that golf club in a good position out here, when you push back, you will be in really good shape going forward. That momentum of the club is going to be flipping over, and then it's going to, as you transition, continue to flip over. That's a key thing that I think people don't realize is this whole shallowing thing, that happens from the change of direction of my hands as I go. It's not like get up here and now it's shove the shaft down here and get it laid off. That's more of a flow in your golf swing. A lot of people I teach, they want to get this golf club to be more on plane, right? Get it more on that plane line we see, and they think, okay, I gotta get up here and I gotta work the club. You're gonna be in some big time issues if that's what you're going for. What we'd rather see is the club, again, in a good position as we take that pressure and shove it back and change directions with our feet. We're gonna see that club start to, momentum-wise, tip over. Okay, it's going to tip over and get into that shallowed look, okay? That's what you want to work on. So you can literally sit here and work on just club out here and just feel it go back, and as you change directions, how it kind of whips back here, whips back there as you're changing your pressure. That's the transition that we're all looking for. Now here's the crazy part about it. What does it feel like? We can see what it looks like. What does it feel like? It actually feels way different than what we are seeing, okay? And this is a very, very important time to bring up the concept of feel versus real, okay? Feel versus real is a great concept. I think really, really good players understand it, and people that have worked on their golf swings understand it. Tiger Woods talks about it all the time. His goal is to get feel and real to match up, because usually what you feel is completely different than what really is going on. In the golf swing transition, this is a perfect time to talk about it because I feel like the golf club is doing something completely different. That club is really kind of doing this, and it's starting to work its way back out to the ball. What does it feel like? I don't feel any layoff move at all. As far as what my hands are doing to this grip, they are getting the handle back into the circle of my swing, and they are trying to counteract this motion. They are really trying to get the club head to start tracking back out. So when we go to transition, again, you push back because you're pushing your body and getting the turn, and that momentum of the club is going to carry it into that laid off look, but the feel is I am getting it directed back out as fast as I can. I have to counteract that force to get the golf club going back to the ball. If I don't do that, I'm going to get so far behind it, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm going to have to do something really crazy. I'm going to have to rotate an unbelievable amount, which some people may be able to do, not many. And you're never going to have a consistent squaring of the face. So you'll see as I go back to our little drill here, I'm bringing it up as that club tips and gets into our laid off spot, because again, the momentum, notice how I am really working to get the club back out. That's just the natural movement and flow of the club. And if you can work on that move, man, you're going to be in a really good spot to just deliver the club right into the ball with very, very little effort. Very little effort, which is always exciting. So the transition of the club, if you have your body working correctly with the pressure, what's going to happen is you're not going to be doing a whole lot with the club at this point other than letting it go for the ride and trying to get it back into the arc so it tracks back into the ball. That's it. Where do I see people go wrong here? They try to force the club into a different arc. Now this, all of a sudden the circle of the club would be going way out, and now you've got to do some funny things. That's again where I think video can be a little bit deceptive. If you're going off of a picture, you're going to look at the picture of a swing and say, all right, I've got to get that look. What it looks like and what it really feels like is way different. We're starting to see that change with new 3D measuring and technologies, which is exciting. So we'll finally get to the bottom of this, but that's what, as you feel players doing their swings, that's what you're feeling. A great person to look at some of the professional practice swings. You know, a Justin Rose comes to mind of, you know, his practice swing is, for the longest time was this, you know, getting that golf club more out in front of him. Now he's on to something else, but he's the epitome of somebody that does feel versus real and understands how they are two different things, and you have to build your swing so that they can work for, you know, combining those two pictures. That's what Tiger Woods used to always say. Can I get feeling real? The day that I get feeling real, what I feel to match what I really think I'm going to see on a camera, that's the day I got it. So he knows going in, what he feels and what it looks like on camera is going to be different. And he's trying to get his mind to put those pictures together. That's an important thing to remember in this part of the golf swing. I think that's where a lot of confusion comes from, and a lot of, you know, the misunderstanding of the swing and why we see swings look the certain ways when they're struggling. So keep that in mind as you're going through this transition part. So that's the transition with the club, combining it with the body movement. We'll have a link, we'll click it up here. If you missed the transition part, you want to watch them both again, study this part of the swing. It's really important. You're going to find that it matters a ton, and it gets pretty fun hitting a golf ball if you can understand how the club and how your body in transition really match up to make this work for you. I think it's an important piece to the swing. It's going to make you more athletic. It's going to make you better prepared to put power directly into the club head, get some force into it. You'll be ready to rock and roll as you go. So look at it, study it. Let us know if you have any questions. This one can be very confusing. Let us know what you have down below. Leave us a comment. If you liked the video, leave us a like, and make sure you click that subscribe button. We'll be wrapping it up as we go to finish off your swing so you're ready and in good shape to play good next spring. So thanks so much everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.